And we are live for Coffee and Rip, episode 92. We're inching closer, closer to that 100 episode. We got to figure out what we're going to do with that 100 episode.
Well,
But
I know that we'll be giving away something live on that 100th episode,
we
but
have
only
to.
to somebody live.
We have
And
to.
yeah,
We
and
have
we'll
to.
we'll also make it at a scheduled time that we can both actually be there. So that to get there, a couple weeks
Absolutely.
away.
We have to. Let me, first things first, send out a link for our sweet Discord group and our Facebook um, TADPCB. If you know, you know.
Yep.
Messenger group. If you want to join our fantastic, full of baseball hobby insights, let me know.
Here,
Send
since we're doing amateur stuff today.
send me a message, and we'll see if you pass the hazing uh, and other requirements that we have. Let me tell you, if you and not hunting. I'm sending a message.
I can't do it with this today, so
No worries. Ron's got the amazing resolution today.
it's only because I'm using my iPhone for it instead of my PC, which seems to be. It's the last couple of days have been internet connection problems.
It is. It is. Your iPhone looks great. I have my Stick around because I told Ron we gotta rip something. We haven't ripped a pack of anything in a while. So I have a Shohei 50-50 pack. Looking for potential. What is it called? The kanji
Yep.
variations. Which I believe are same weight and same card stock as
Yes, it
the other
is.
one. So who knows? I don't mind opening them. I think I got like four more or something like that because I'm trying to complete the set. I know that our good friend in the Discord group, GCA alias, you know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
He was hooking up. He was gonna hook it up with some base cards I have missing. I think I've got about it's 100, right? I think I got about 70 of them, something like that.
Yeah.
So
Jarrett had a lot of them. He was one of the guys with a ton.
right, right. So I've probably got like 30 more to go. I have some dupes that I'm willing to trade or give away, whatever. But don't mind opening these. Nothing special. I don't think there's an auto or a redemption. Imagine if we had like a weird weight situation redemption with an extra card and a redemption or something, and I'm holding on to it. Wouldn't that be
Well,
crazy?
you did that before with your Cosmic Chrome from last year or from 2022.
Yeah, but that's a separate thing. Yes, but
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It would be, but imagine, right? Because we all know like
Yep.
what was the deal with these things, and
Yeah.
but
There was
imagine if there
definitely
was some weird, packaging, and you have an extra card and a redemption card, something like that.
it'd be nice.
Unlikely,
Yeah.
less than 1%, less than 1%, but you never know. I was thinking about now that we start with the episode. I was having thoughts last night, or was it this morning? I think it was late last night. Looking at my cards and inventory stuff that I have for the prospect chase box, some of my own cards, some of the cards that I've put away for possible grading down the line. I don't even know when. And I got to thinking, like, man, how do I interact with the hobby? What's my connection to this hobby besides obviously the friendships, which is mostly it, friendships and things to do and people to see, experiences to have. Do I have anything like of value, anything that I really care about? Or if most of my stuff really just to package and sell as a dealer or what have you? And there were some deep thoughts. I was like, is there anything here that I really enjoy? That's a real banger. And I could maybe think of like a few 4 or 5 cards that I think are really great. Other than that,
Well,
I mean, I treasure like a Bobby Witt auto because that came with an
yeah.
experience. I treasure like a Julio signed City Connect, I think it's City Connect jersey that I have that I won in a one of those David things. Things like that are connected to something, but I don't have like a Grail card. Maybe you do. Tell me, like,
Well,
what's your idea
you
of
know,
tell me where you are with your hobby
well,
engagement.
my hobby engagement is on multiple levels. I had, as we've talked about, kind of been out of the hobby till Project 2020 came around, and actually, the last few days, I'd finally boxed up the last one that I pulled in the other day of the set of 400 for Project
That's
2020.
amazing.
That was something that brought me back to the hobby. But what it goes back to is, I was really in love with Steve Garvey, Tony Gwynn, Ken Caminetti. I had connections to all of them. Garvey was my hero as a kid. Came down when I came down to San Diego. He followed like a year later. Came down and joined the Padres. So that was really interesting. Tony, I'd gone to school with. I knew who he was. I really didn't have much interaction with him there, but I'd seen him play basketball, never baseball there. But it was great to see him playing baseball. And then Ken Caminetti came and joined the Padres, and that's when I learned out he was a member of the same college fraternity as I was. So I got to know him a little bit. The guy was a madman, but I got to know him a little bit. Ended up with some of his memorabilia. The thing that I love most in my collection, my overall collection, is a Tony Gwynn hit baseball. More than anything else I own, that's the one that I would say, this is the one item I would keep out of this collection, out of all the things I own. And it looks like you froze up this time. I'm not sure if we're still broadcasting or not. In the meantime, my big hit this week was with my Costco executive membership. I got my rewards money from that, $75 from this last year. Just as kind of a side note, Costco is giving the executive membership folks an hour early start again to go shopping. So just kind of let you know that's what's going on with Costco. So if you're out there chasing the Pokemon cards like a lot of these guys are doing,
We're back.
I've been going the whole time.
You're good. You're good. Hopefully, we didn't lose everyone. Maybe it was just me. You were telling a story about Project 2020 and all that.
Yeah.
Continue.
So I went through Project 2020, finished that up this last week. But of all the things I'm holding on to, the Tony Gwynn hit baseball. When the story about that, that's the one thing if I had to get rid of everything except one item I could keep, it's that Tony Gwynn hit baseball, 2,947. It's his 2,947th hit. So I have that in a case. I'll display it elsewhere.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And the other thing I mentioned from a hobby standpoint is that Costco has changed their executive membership so you can get in an hour early. It's also good because you can get a check from Costco. Like this one came from last year. It's a $75 check from them. So that was a nice mail day. I've got $75 free at Costco now, or money back to me.
You know what I think it's very frustrating, and I thought about this like literally. Funny you mentioned that because I was looking at my check, as my Costco check, about an hour ago. It's really frustrating. You cannot use it online.
Yeah.
Costco right now, and I guess that's a little segue to one of the topics I mentioned in the description of this video that we were going to touch on. I wanted to talk a little bit about how, and it's kind of in line with the whole conversation of junk wax era 2.0 that some people are having. I disagree. I think there are significant differences that don't make it so. Now, it's somewhat of a junk era, but it's not the same. Right now, I mean, I would say, and I would agree with the statement that it's the junk slap era because so much crap had was been from 2020 to like probably 2024, 2023 was put in a slab. So much base card, so much nonsense because there was at some point money to be made, even if 15, 20 bucks at scale, you add that up. It's it's a business. But it really damaged the hobby. I feel that it's really not junk wax era 2.0. It's a version of junk card, maybe junk base card era.
Well, it's a junkopoly now. It's very different. In the junk wax area, we had multiple manufacturers competing, each dumping product. Now we have a tiny little bit from one or two vendors, but the majority of the product and all the licensing is with Fanatics in baseball.
I'll concede this. We're back to the junk base card era for sure. If you want to call it junk base card era, I agree, because Topps is printing at levels that are pretty high, and you combine the fact, obviously from 1988 to 1992 ish, Topps overprinted everything, overprinted their cards, but it was only one. Hey, the dog can come in. Why not? He can bark. Topps overprinted, but they had one product that they overprinted. So right now they have 80 something products every year that they print a lot of. So I mean it's a different junk era, but it's not the same. Like right now, in the past you didn't have a choice. Like that was the card. You either did
it was
your run of players from every card manufacturer. Like if you collected Tony Gwynn, then in 1988, if you wanted Tony Gwynn cards, you would have the base of the Fleer, Donruss, Leaf, or whatever, and Score or whatever, right? You would have 4 or 5 cards, and that's it of your card, of your player. If you wanted to do a team set, but you collected the team base out of Donruss, Fleer, Score, whatever, Topps, Upper Deck, you name it. Now, it's way different. So base cards, complete zero value and zero enjoyment. For the most part, if you ask me, the design of a base card is okay. Probably cool. Some of them are cool, but flagship wise, I mean. But nowadays, it's more about choice, right? I think the cool part is that if you overlook the fact that the base card, it's not what it used to be. That's not what you collect, right? You want to collect the team color of your team of choice or what have you, parallel, and you have a choice. Or you can build sets if you want. That's your choice. You can go for value, or you can go for emotional value, connection to whatever. And I think having a choice makes it worthwhile. But again, I veered off a little bit, but it is related. You're finding that you can get product everywhere now. You go to Home Depot, they probably have a few packs of something. Ace, Dick's Sporting Goods,
everywhere.
What's it called? Five Guys or no? That's food. What's the other one that sounds like that? It's local. It's in California, I think.
Is it like the Five Below store?
Five Guys or Big Five, something like that. Is it Big Five?
Big Five. Big Five.
Yeah, you can find cards there. I'm actually going to stop by later today, see what they have.
And Dick's has it, and Target has it.
And now Costco has entered. Well, Walmart with the breaking, which is ridiculous. Yeah. In and of itself, but now Costco. Usually, you would go to Costco. Maybe they would drop a Pokemon release, or maybe a random Series 1 Super Box.
Yeah, the Super Box configuration. Play.
Now, as of a few weeks ago, they're coming in with bundles. Topps has come to some type of deal with them where they are looking to Costco to move stuff that's sitting there in their warehouse. And they're packaging it in bundles, and which in my opinion is genius, because in the Costco model of bulk pricing, they can get some good money out of and customers can get, you know, good value on some of the stuff that they're offering. However, it's never going to be the great product, right?
No.
But for whoever, again, it's another outlet. So I don't know how you feel about that. I don't know if it's a net positive or net negative for you. How do you feel about that?
You know, we're able to get so much product right up front, you know, right through Tops, that I'm not really shopping outside of there much for anything else. So, you know, I'm not finding the deals in these other places. The fact that some of us were able to get an EQL box of the latest Bowman Sapphire at a certain price, and it skyrockets. You're not going to find those types of products. All you're going to find is the really highly printed stuff out there. Although the Bowman product that's out there right now is fun. I love the little Bowman value boxes. Not so much the mega boxes, but you know, if you find these value boxes out there, there's a lot of fun in the rip of one of those.
Target has them.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You can go out there and find this at Target. You can walk into Target and find this more than likely. At online, you can find them every day in and day out. But you go to an LCS, this $30, $29.99 box, $30 box is on their shelf for $50. They'll take the mega boxes, which are $50 basically, and they'll put them on their shelves for 75. So they're marking up a little for their places, but you can still go out. You know, don't buy it. Go get one of these. There's really
I saw it yesterday at Target, a Target run, and I saw it. I came close. I came close to buying one because of all the things they had. Like you just mentioned, it's the one thing that has some rip value. Man, is there a lot of football?
Yeah, and I'm not a football guy. I never have been. So you know, that's one of those things that just never rang with me, especially being a former football player. But it just never sat with me as something that was collectible because so many guys are only have two-year careers after college, 3-year careers, maybe if they're lucky. A guy will have 5 years. You know, their longevity just isn't there in the athletes. The high turnover, the guys who are superstars are fleeting at best. You know, it's not the same as baseball. It's not the same where you're building a team and building an experience. These guys are jumping around now and gone.
Yeah. It's I cannot believe, honestly, we've had this conversation because we try to go live every week and we have conversations about many different things about hobby, outlets for the hobby, like where do you find product, whether product's good or bad, how much product there is out there. And I kind of remember some months ago that we were having conversations about it's Topps going to like recalibrate, right? Rethink their strategy. Like retail is going to be very tough to move because of many factors, the economy, overproduction, people kind of already understanding, people becoming even more smart about their purchasing.
More selective. More selective.
I feel that, and granted, Topps is counting on that. They're always going to be a churning of new customers. I think it's sad, but I think in Topps model, I think they're accounting for the fact that because of breaking, because of the things that, because of the business models that drive revenue for them, that have proven to drive revenue for them, are business models that, in a way, disappoint the hobbyists. Right? It's more of a trend. What's hot? What product? Who can I rip? What can I rip? What can I pull? What can I sell? I think they're coming. I think at some point they came to grip with the fact that, hey, we're gonna lose people that are gonna like strike out and not make money or be disappointed with the price of product and with their quote unquote hits. But as long as we keep churning and as long as we keep bringing in new people, right, it all works.
Well,
So I think, yeah, I think at some point, but yes, like we were talking about, I think at some point we thought that Topps was going to say, man, at least for the retail, there's got to be some readjusting our volume of things printed, or like who gets allocation and what, and how much. And honestly, Ron, I think we've been proven somewhat wrong.
Yep. They're just still dumping it out there like crazy. The print runs are high. You take a look at the fact that they just dropped Series 2 on us. They've dropped 61 new rookies in this. Okay, so we have 61 new rookies in Series 2. 40 of those 61 are pitchers. 40 of the 61
crazy
are pitchers, and only 3 of those are worthy of a spot above tier 4 level or so. So, you know, only 2 of the rookie hitters of the 21 hitters that are in that 21 hitters, 40 pitchers. There's nobody to chase. It took what was not a great project in Series 1, made it worse in Series 2. So they're overprinted. The one nice thing needed, which we've talked about, was the return of the black plain paper. We've talked about it at length. This last 74s are there for Series 1 and Series 2 in the boxes. I'm watching for individual purchases for those.
I have to do it at some point today. I want to kind of see. I just haven't done it. There's been a lot of things on my plate today, but I do want to, because we've always said that the hanger configuration, it's kind of nice for that kind of thing. It's usually at a good price point. The odds. Listen, the odds compare like vis-a-vis Update and other products are not good to pull, like the blacks, all the other parallels, you name it.
Yeah, I think the blacks were only in the hobby boxes, if I remember.
Yeah. So, but for other things, I think the odds of pulling like the other stuff, I'm assuming, I haven't double checked, but I'm assuming that the downtowns are in this product too. I'm not sure if they discontinued that stuff.
I've seen them pulled already.
Yeah,
it does.
So, I mean, usually hanger boxes are a very cost-effective way of trying to pull something cool for $12.
Yeah.
And if you buy bulk, which is kind of like what we do sometimes, because I'm packaging it in the Prospect Chase Box monthly boxes or ripping a few, it's a good way to kind of test the product. Now, we all know, like Ron and I have discussed at length, that the series it's not a good release. However, and it's reflected on the fact that Topps is trying to push this everywhere.
Yeah.
It's out everywhere. They're promoting it everywhere. Like and they know that the class has at most 3 rookies that are worth anything, and 2 of them are pitchers. One of them had Tommy John. One of them is completely has been shut down for months, and the other one's not even playing that well, I think. So, how they try to go around that is by including a lot of new inserts that are low printed, that are short printed, that have variations, autos of folks that you haven't seen in a while, like All-Star autos. I think they cranked a lot more autos into the product, random bet autos.
Yeah, I saw someone pulling a Yastrzemski auto, Carl Yastrzemski.
Yeah,
not
I saw
Mike,
someone pull a triple auto out of a hobby box. And it was decent. I think it was Steve Carlton, Aaron Nola, and Pedro Martinez, because Pedro also pitched for the Phillies at some point at the end of his career. So something like that. So that's how they're trying to go about it. But,
the Kings card, instead of, they had the aces in Series 1, they have the Kings in this set, which is all hitters. So they have that parallel. They've got the K die-cut K cards for strikeouts,
and the reverse ones.
And then the reverse, yeah, exactly. The reverse K is the super short printed.
Yeah, we're not.
Again,
Yeah.
you're getting pitcher cards when you get those.
Here's my take on it. It's a terrible series. Granted, you're always gonna get some random, very tough to pull, really cool card, insert card auto, whatever. But those are really coming, if you look at it closely, odds wise and all that. They're really coming from the jumbos and the hobbies, right? And for those, you're gonna have to spend some money, at least 120 or 130 on the hobby, 200 plus on a jumbo, and that's how they get you. So if I'm me, I'm like, okay, this is a shit series. If you want me to buy it, honestly, I'll buy it when it's at $80 at David Adams in 8 months.
One of the local guys pulled a very 1 in 10,000 pack type cards, and immediately he was given the Jorge Prospector treatment of, oh, they're only sending those to breakers, that they're loading the breaker boxes. Right. And this is the box the guy bought from his LCS. So
it's ridiculous.
On the encouraging side of the hobby, went to the Jackson Merrill ball signing recently. I don't know if we could see that, a little bit glare on there.
Nice.
It was amazing to see how many kids were there. It was awesome. It was good to see that many kids doing hobby related stuff. So that was a nice thing for me to see. Hopefully, these kids are sticking to the entry level products at this point and not busting their parents' chops for the Sapphire boxes. But hey, it's a good way to connect.
That's a cool experience. And I think I saw an interview he did with Mookie recently. If you haven't checked it out, Mookie Betts has a weekly, I think, episode series where he interviews players from teams that are coming to visit the Dodgers. And so because of Mookie and his presence, everyone says yes to him. And so when the Padres visited LA, I think last week, was it?
They came down here, so they probably did something local.
Oh, I thought it was. But then they go to LA like recently too? No. So Mookie interviewed Jackson Merrill, and I think he went live. I think they posted it like a couple days ago. I saw like half of the interview. Pretty cool. I think he gets it now a little bit more. Now, as we've talked about, I think we all think Tom did him dirty with his first Bowman rookie card. So I would be upset too, especially if he's someone that has he has some attitude to him. Like he has some swagger to him. He's a swagger type of dude.
He is actually seems to be a little bit more mature beyond where you expect a guy of his age to be in this. I mean, he's 21, and
he's been forced to play with veterans.
Yeah,
from the get-go.
And he seems to be catching up with that. The change in his attitude towards the hobby, I think, was a big thing, because he was actually one of those guys that said, hey, I'm tired of signing all this. Here's a bunch of J's. Now he's switched back. He's got himself a signature that he can replicate easily. So he went out and worked on that specifically so he would have something to give back better than just the J signature he did. So, you see improvements that way. He's always accessible, and he does a lot of stuff for his foundation. So, I think the kids moved a long ways, and the kids love him in San Diego. Absolutely everybody.
That's awesome.
So
that's awesome. We're never going to wrap a bow around a topic, especially because we try to hit everything up in this shortened version of Coffee and Rib. We're trying to close it out at the 35 or 40 mark. Lots more to unwrap there, but I think we touched on important subjects. I do want to say, man, Helios Ramos, I want him. If you're a Giants fan watching this, go vote him into the All-Star game. He's having a fantastic season, and fellow Tad and Prospect Chase Buck community member Carlos and I feel responsible for turning his season around after our batting practice meetup a month ago, something like that. So I'm excited to see him in the All-Star game. Please vote for Helios Ramos. He's having a fantastic season. My Mets, again, we're doing a quick recap. My Mets are killing it. 21 games over 100, the best record in the major leagues. Pitching has been amazing. Batting has been opportune. at best. I think we haven't seen the Mets offense in full throttle yet. Juan Soto is coming around finally. We just lost Senga to another hamstring. I'm telling my Mets fans, can that guy buy a freaking nutritionist, hire a nutritionist, and drink more water? Like, he's always cramping up, or a hamstring here, or a calf there. I'm like, get your shit together, bro. Every time you stretch for a ball, you're gonna pull something. He's 32. He's not like he's 40.
Yeah, oh yeah. People don't realize that he was a 30-year-old rookie.
I don't want to sound racist, but I was gonna make a joke. I'm not gonna say it, but I'm like, come on, incorporate some other things into your diet, because you gotta be more hydrated. Yep. Anyways, we probably will lose him for a few months. Thank God we have Sean Manaea coming in.
Yep.
In a few weeks. We've been blessed with that. What else is happening? I think. I was looking at the standings, I want to say yesterday, and I was thinking, I'm gonna tell Ron something. Things are coming back to earth. Things always have a way of, like, coming back to the mean, regression to the mean. Like, the expected results are becoming a little bit easier to see. And with the exception of maybe the Tigers running away with the division.
Yep.
I had them to win it, but I didn't have them running away with it like this. And with the exception of, is there any other exception? Maybe the Giants overperforming?
The Giants are overperforming, that's for sure. You look at
the Braves maybe sucking.
The Braves sucking is a big thing. You'd be surprised how how many people had them picked to win. The fact that the Astros are finally back on top in that division.
But again, you picked them probably.
Back. We kind of thought they were going to be there anyway.
At least Mariners, you did. They always find a way to be in it. Yeah. So
the Mariners hold tight. Okay,
yeah. We're good. I kind of feel that everything is. Honestly, and more than anything, I kind of feel that looking at the standings as I did yesterday, I think looking at them right now, I don't think we're going to see much difference. Other than Houston, someone like catching them, or listen, I think with the situation with the pitching that the D-backs have, I think the Dodgers and Padres are a sure bet to maybe with the Giants get in there. We always thought that 3 teams out of the West would make it.
The Giants?
And yes. I know, but so, okay. Yeah. Take out the D-backs, put in the Giants. Okay, fine. But I don't see the Cubs falling anywhere. And I don't see them at this point. I don't see the Mets and Phillies not making it. So
what's been surprising the last couple of weeks is how much the Guardians have cooled down. Detroit keeps going up, and the Guardians have kind of come back to earth.
And the Royals are going to make a run at some point. Because the Royals have to make a move. That's what happens. I told Todd the other day, the Royals have to make an outfielder move. They have to buy some offense into that. Jack Caglione by himself is not going to make it. Bobby Witt, unfortunately, is not having the ridiculous season he had last year. Hopefully, he can turn around and still have a top 10 season. But Salvi has been unlucky, but not great. He should have better numbers, and I think they will make a run. But they need offense.
Well, I'll tell you what. From a prospector's perspective, I'm going to be in person with the Royals this next weekend, so I'll give you a Padres Royals update on our.
Do they come to San Diego?
They come to San Diego next weekend, not this weekend.
You have tickets?
Yep.
We have tickets. You have tickets? I forgot about
tickets. My son's taking me for Father's Day.
Oh, amazing! Father's Day. Okay, because we're going to the Mets. That's like next month, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You got me confused there.
Yeah, the Father's Day thing is a tradition. We like going to a game. Unfortunately, they were away on Father's Day this Sunday.
Man, Royals Padres, that's a series.
Yep. So I'll be there on Sunday. So Sunday daytime baseball that we love. We'll be out there watching, rooting on the Padres.
Let me see if I can pull a miracle out there for that weekend. I doubt it.
Yeah. It's going to be crazy. But hey, if you can, you can. But we're going to be there.
So I'm guessing they also play I'm guessing the Royals also play the Dodgers, right?
I would assume they would on that trip.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I got some work trips lined up, but yeah, that's interesting. Anyways, good to talk about that. Last thing, Bowman Sapphire. Wow, crazy, crazy, huh? Yeah, I got one box, and I've got one that's supposed that got delayed in Houston. Something happened. Houston, we have a problem. Deliver my freaking box. My box is priority mail, by the way. It's supposed to get here yesterday, and it's this giving me the scary. Your package is taking longer. It's still on its way. That's it. That's scary for a $900 something box. That's pretty scary.
I sent one down to the Dallas area, not one of these, an earlier box that I had, and it got absolutely crushed by USPS in
What?
transit. It just absolutely mangled. So
did you have to start a process and everything with them?
The process is underway of trying to get something back for it, but
was it ground advantage or priority mail?
I don't remember. I think it was priority.
You sold it? Okay, and so you refunded the guy.
Yep.
He sent you the pictures or whatever.
Yep, but we're waiting on the thing, and I'm gonna expect the box back pretty soon after he gets settled. He's gonna send the box back as well, the crushed box, but he's gonna put it in another box and send it on the way. Not only was the external crushed, the internal was just.
What product was it?
It was Sapphire update from last year.
Oh, okay. Man, that sucks. How many of those do you have left? Like 4 or 5?
0.
Well, you have a whole case. Don't you have a whole case?
No. Those are megas. Those are Sapphire mega updates.
What's the difference again?
It's not Sapphire. It's a Chrome update.
Chrome update. That's the mega, right?
Those are the megas I have here. Yeah.
You're talking about Sapphire Chrome.
It's Chrome
last year. Was that a solid release? I forget.
It was.
What did it have?
It had the class of 2024. So all the rookies.
That's true. Yeah, man, sucks. That's a $500 box, right? Something like that.
I sold it for $650.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna start ripping something. That sucks. Yeah, so 25 Bowman. We can talk and rip. 25 Bowman. I mean, we all knew it was gonna be a hit because it looks like a promising position player class.
Yeah.
But I think many people were skeptic that it would go nuclear, and it kind of has, because some boxes are selling for $9 something, and there's some random thousands and here and there. I don't think that's sustainable. I think there's a price point at which even breakers don't make money, so I don't think it can hit more than 1-1. That's a stretch to me.
It's a solid product, though. It really has performed better than we thought. Some of the breakers were given
nothing. Just showing.
Some of the breakers were given or were able to purchase sealed cases. Those weren't able to be purchased outside that Fanatic circle. There you go. Hopefully you're getting some that you don't have.
I'm looking for a Kanji SP. It's not looking good. But I think I'm getting cards that I don't have.
That's the best part. So the fact that sealed cases weren't available to anybody but the breakers out there was kind of a downturn. I hear all this talk about allocations and allotments, but we won't go into that. Just an average guy, you could get 1 through EQL. If you were smart, you had a secondary channel where you could only buy 1, although some of us, we tried to buy more. We found out that Topps is very interconnected, even in the international space now. You can't.
If you knew what was going on, you knew that you could get a box from Topps European websites, whether it be Italy, UK, or what have you, the others. The only thing is that with the crazy dollar exchange rate that we have right now, you would essentially be paying $100 more.
Yep.
At the end of the day, maybe a little more if, like, for some reason you get some type of tariff invoice or something. At some point later, you get something in the mail like, "Hey, you owe the whatever government." That could happen at any moment. I have no idea. But I paid, but it was a guaranteed box.
Yep.
So I ended up paying $571 for mine.
I don't remember the total on mine, but
yeah, and I think the regular EQL ones.
Yeah, we were.
It was like with tax, probably like $530. You paid something like that.
Yeah,
$520.
The interesting thing about it though was the fact that we learned that with the back end shop app that's now working in the background of Tops, all of the European ones are all connected through a single shop, so you can't buy in multiple regions.
You can't double down.
Okay, I'm getting one in Italy. I'm getting one in France. I'm getting one in Germany, in Italy, and you
cancel.
It comes back and cancels all the orders, saying, "Hey, you already bought one over here." So
you gotta get a few other family members in the hobby to buy things for you, and they cannot be tied to your home address, Tops, otherwise,
or the credit card or the shop
or credit card. Yeah, it's got to be arm's length transaction. It's got to be fair, and you buy it from them.
Well, my mom is 86, but I need to get her in the hobby.
Exactly, get her something. So I pulled nothing. You're gonna rip a celebration pack?
Yeah, this is one I got in the mail the other day. I got the Top Celebration pack. One of the
kids pack. Tops. That's where we are right now. Ron is buying kids packs.
Yeah, it was a freebie that came with an order I placed. Let's see. I'm just gonna rifle it real quick. So you've got your J.S. Young card here.
You get those mascot cards that are worth something.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping to see here. Well, you get a nice sparkly Mike Trout.
Okay.
And being a San Diego guy, it's nice to get my Manny Machado card.
That's funny. That's a funny outfit.
And this is a Power Players, Ellie De La Cruz.
Hey, it's not bad.
So there's a couple things, and this. Oh,
you got a mascot?
No, I did not. But
what'd you get?
Jackson Merrill. This is their sparkly version numbered of the Jackson Merrill.
Right? Is it numbered?
Probably. No, these are their
the rainbow foil.
The confetti.
Confetti. That's a good card, though.
This is a confetti. So
weren't you making a run of that card?
No, I'm not. I couldn't afford to do that one. I'm doing the team card, but
because that's a solid cup card. Like the actual image is really cool.
Yeah,
you could even argue that's a better image than his rookie card.
I like this image a lot better.
Yeah, it's a really good image, and because it is not his rookie card, it may be a lot more doable than his rookie card.
He's highly collected right now. So,
even the cup cards, really?
Yep,
I guess.
Yep,
it's a cool image.
Yeah,
it's a really cool
hitting
image.
Them. I've been working on the team set card, and even
the team set one. You're very close.
I'm not going to get any farther. I might be able to get that black 74, but outside of that, I'm getting skunked. So,
but you're close. You're like 5 away, right? 10 away.
11 away from right now.
That's
but
crazy.
Overall, hey, with these 4 cards that came in this pack, I'm happy.
You are happy. Yeah, give me a second.
Good thing. So, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, including yourself, Mr. Prospector. Hopefully, they don't make you do your next show from the garage. It's nice to see you in your office today.
All right, so let's wrap it up. We'll be here next week. Go to the Prospect Chase Box fan. We need to announce the new and improved level of the PCB. It's called the Platinum Chase Box at a lower level. If you want to send the marketing for it, the marketing text, it's got 5 packs, 5 or 6 chances of autos in the run, only $100. So it's a good, more affordable option for those in a tight space. So go check that out. Ask me a question on IG or Facebook if you have questions. So for Ron, this is Jorge. Catch you in the next one.
Thank you.
All right, Prospect out.